What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Alibaba Group Holdings with the ticker symbol BABA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So the last time I looked at BABA was last week Friday, and you can see that since then the price action has continued higher, which is a good sign for the bulls. So last week Friday I was looking for a continuation to the upside because it looks like we were starting the second leg back. So this was one leg back right here. Price pulled down. And then since this is a higher low, that can be the formation of the second leg back. And you can see that price met the target. And we're still maintaining, support around this EMA. And we're above the $91.14 level. So right around the low $91 level, we are above, which is a key level. Because in the past, it was resistance a couple of times. Then it acted as support back here in July. Price broke through it. And then, we're back above it once again. So this could be a good sign for the bulls. We'll have to wait and see if this can continue to trend higher. So I can go ahead and remove the target since it was met and maybe add in a slim uptrend channel to represent that price action. So maybe something like that. It doesn't really fit that great, but you could still see that price, is continuing higher. So that's a good sign. So we'll leave this on here for now. Let's see how it develops. We might just do a symmetrical move up, just like how we had a move down. We can make a move up about the same speed. And also this trend line right here, it could be adjusted a little bit shallower and it would still be properly drawn, because you can see that price did, bounce off right over here in July. And then we got a couple of bounces off right over here. So it looks like, this trend line is doing something and, it's holding a price. We're back above the EMA and we're back above the $91 level, which could have acted as resistance. So that's, a couple of good signs right there. So I was expecting another leg down because the market generally moves in twos. So after a sharp move down and then a correction like it was setting up to do was going to lead to another leg down. So this was one leg back, a push down, another leg back at the measure move target would lead to the start of the second leg down. So something like that. So it can actually still occur. We're not really that far away from the measure move target. We're just slightly above it. So I'm not saying we won't get the second leg down, because we definitely can. But, it's just looking unlikely because we already see two green bars, above the EMA. And this could be, continuation of the upside. So we'll have to wait and see how it develops, because it looks like, with the trend line a little bit more slanted and, price above the key level, it looks pretty good. Even if we do see a pullback, it might not be as sharp because this level could act as support and they could trap shorts for another push up higher. So something like that is very possible since we're above the key level and it doesn't look like price is seeing any downside just yet. So this is looking pretty good. As long as BABA stays above the $91 level, I think it's a good sign for the bulls. I think we can see prices continue to trend up higher. How high? Well, probably the next key level, which is going to be the 102. And then maybe the next key level if we can break out to the 120. So BABA is doing pretty good. It's hanging in there. If the market continues to pull back, such as the SPY, or if it continues to push up higher and higher, the SPY and the triple Q, then there's a good chance that, Chinese stocks will also follow. And it looks like, they are performing not bad. So it looks pretty good. Since last week, Friday, we have 3 consecutive green days in a row. I mean, today we did gap down, but we did close just slightly down from yesterday. So it's not that bad. And I think we could probably see continuation to the upside. So it's still looking pretty good for BABA. Like I said before, we can still continue to trend up higher. It just looked like price wanted to dump down lower one last time to the $80 level. But, if the market wants to continue higher, then you can't argue with the price action. So, it's most likely trying to do something else then. So right now it's, continue to trend up higher. So that's the way I'm looking at the chart. Can it still drop down lower? I'm not saying it won't. So make sure you guys remember that. We still had one large leg down. I'm not saying that it is impossible to not get the second leg down, because sometimes even though we do see a pullback, sometimes the pullback can be a little bit larger or it can be a little bit smaller. So this one's a little bit larger and we can still see another leg down. All I'm saying is that, since we already see 2 candle bars above the EMA, a pullback might fail for prices to continue higher. So something like that can occur. And that's what's looking like more likely to occur right now, than dropping down lower. But let's just say we get a big red bar tomorrow, then it's looking more likely we go lower than higher. So, as more data prints on the chart, we have a better idea of what the market is trying to do. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. So here is the weekly chart. And you can see that price, let's just go over the market structure. After a downtrend gets a break, we expect 2 pushes in that direction. So after this blue downtrend channel got a break back here in July 2022. So what I mean by a break is a break outside of the channel. So this was a break outside of the channel. And then you can see we made one large push down that this first downward arrow represents. Price pulled back, and then we saw the second leg down, or the formation of the second leg. However, it looks like the $80 level is acting as a strong support and not allowing the price to drop down. So, right over here could be the start of a uptrend, because we did have a large move up. And if this $80 level is holding, that's where the second move up can occur from. So price did continue higher. It did get rejected from the 102 level. So now, since it got rejected from the 102 level, we can still be in formation of the measure move target. So then price was going down lower and lower, but now we got bounced. Now we're bouncing off the trend line. So it's showing some type of bullish imbalance on the chart. So now it still looks like the bulls are in formation of this measure move target, and the bears are trying to reach their measure move target, because you have to understand there are 2 market participants in the market. There's a buyer and a seller. So who in the right mind, who'd want to buy over here and who would want to sell? So you have to try to figure out what they're trying to do. Like if you think about it, at the all-time lows, who's trying to sell at the all-time lows? That wouldn't make any sense, right? For you to buy, someone needs to sell to you. Someone needs to sell that share. For every, one stock being exchanged, there's going to be a buy for that order or a sell for that order. You can have one large person buying 100 shares, from 100 different people, or you can have, 100 people exchanging a share each. It doesn't matter, but it has to be, 1 for 1. So, who is, bidding up the price here? It's the aggressive buyers in the market, because there's buyers and sellers in the market. But the people who can move the market are aggressive buyers and sellers, meaning they don't want to wait for a certain price. They just want to hit market order and get in right away. So then their order will be filled at a price level that might be higher than what they want, but either way they want to get in, right? So then the market will drive up the price, to fill that order. So it's looking pretty bullish. It looks like, there's slightly more aggressive buyers than sellers. Aggressive buyers and sellers who want to bid up the price, because we're bouncing off this trend line, and the measure move down could fail. So this measure move down right here doesn't have to be reached, and if it doesn't, then that's a very bullish sign, and we can continue higher to this measure move target right over here. And it just all depends if support holds or support breaks. Right now, the $80 level is holding. We're starting to have this trend line form up, and we're making higher lows, so that's a good sign. If we see continuation, I think we're going to reach the 102. And, if we get there might be even a chance we break it, because, that level is not going to hold forever. If we break it, we reach the 120, and we already got rejected from the 120 several times, so it might break one more time to reach the $140 target, which is the measure move target. So we'll have to wait and see. You got to take it day by day. We can always still get rejected, tomorrow and continue down lower. But right now, this is a good sign for the bulls. We're back above the $91 level. We have this trend line kind of in play, making higher lows, and we're kind of above the EMA on the weekly chart. So that's, always a good sign for a trend formation. So right now it's looking bullish. The bears might be failing to reach the measure move target, and then the bulls can come in and capitalize on the bears' failure and, and try to reach their target. So let's see what Baba does by Friday. It looks like, upside is more likely than downside as of right now. If we see a big red bar tomorrow, then the downside is more likely. It's not like we're in an area that's like clear, what I'm saying, or highly confirmed that we're going to go higher. This is still a potential area that the market is probably going to decide from, and if it wants to go lower. If we start reaching maybe the 97, then I would say, okay, it's probably not going to go down lower. It's already too high, and price is probably just going to be continue trend up higher to the 102. But right now, I would say it's still within the zone of getting another leg down. So as right now, though, I'm still looking for upside, because it's slightly more likely. So that's all I have for Baba on the daily and weekly charts. Baba is performing pretty good. I think other Chinese stocks are performing pretty good. We'll see if this green channel can hold. We'll see if this trend line can hold prices. And then if it does, we're going to be looking for more upside. So that's all I have for Baba this week, Wednesday. And I'll give you guys an update on Friday. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.